So let's continue our journey through the world of my circa 1999 13-year-old written Pokemon fan fiction. Like I said, I had one called, I think, Ember's Journey, about a girl, getting her starter, going on a Pokemon journey, having to go to the gyms and stuff. That's completely lost at this point. I don't have a copy of it anywhere, and no idea where to get it. I doubt it exists anywhere at this point. But I do have a few other stories. This one is by the name of Krabby Perils. And just for a little backstory, this is based... The scenes in this one that include the character of Ash Ketchum are directly based on scenes that occurred in the Pokemon anime that aired in 1998 and 1999. It's the part in between that I made up to fill in the background to make the character of Ash look worse. So let's get right into it. This is Krabby Perils by Blue Moon 007. That's me.
I don't want to watch the sunset. I want more Pokemon,
a boy's high-pitched voice says dejectedly. I perk up at hearing this. Trainer after trainer has passed me up on account of being too small. A chance to grow stronger may have just presented itself. I chitter as I crawl under his legs, hoping he'll notice me. Wow, it's a Pokemon, he says. Master of the obvious, I see. I hear his Pokédex tell him about me. Then I grimace. This part is always the same. This Krabby sure is shrimpy. Grrr, I think, as I bubble up in anger. Now this one will abandon me too. I feel him prodding at me, making fun of me, I think. I clamp down and he screams in pain and draws back. Showdown time. Tiny or not, you are a Pokemon, and I'll show Misty and Brock that I can catch you. Misty and Brock? Catch me? Did I hear right? Catch me? He makes a feeble assault with a stick, which I could have easily avoided. I allow myself to be captured, and am transported to a Pokemon laboratory. An elderly man, who I learned shortly after was called Professor Oak, takes me. This kid must not be too much of a newbie, at least, if he has more than 6 Pokemon. The professor puts me in a bowl of water to rest. I glance to the side. A huge Krabby, the size of a small Kingler, is in a bowl beside me. I bubble up in anger again. When my trainer, Ash, Professor Oak called him, when Ash trains me, I'll be bigger and stronger than this flimsy Krabby. And I wait. Ash calls on the phone sometimes, and I see his Pikachu with him. It looks powerful. I need to feel that. Thus, I must be summoned for battle. 2 months pass. Ash never once presses that white button in his Pokédex to switch me in. Never. The small amount of exercise I got on the beach is enhanced, though, as I can fight other Pokemon here. These Pokemon are switched in and out by the other palette trainers. These Pokemon are getting stronger, faster, and smarter. I am not. I begin losing every battle. I stop trying. Professor Oak lets me join him in poetry. Oh, joy. Every day it's lunch and tea, just my Pokemon and me, he tells Ash, Misty, and Brock over the phone. They look bored. His Pikachu looks strong. I feel weak. Over the next few weeks, Ash finally makes another capture. A Muck is sent in. This one, however, seems much more goofy, the type that didn't want to get caught, but will flow with it. These disgraces to Pokemon will avoid battle. I challenged it anyway, as it had not had training yet, but this naturally strong one whips me. However, blessing comes with the curse. Professor Oak finally notices my thirst for combat and starts training me himself in his spare time. He calls his grandson and asks for tips. Gary seems very smart about Pokemon. He switches me out all the time. He has 100 or so Pokemon, nearly 70 very fit for battle. A machine tosses out large logs, which I cut into splintery halves before they hit the ground. I am getting stronger. I use Swords Dance and crab hammer apart a metal block. I like this training. I can now actually fight other Pokemon here. I seize this opportunity and develop strategy, training myself, combined with Professor Oak's training and Gary's tips. Gary is now my trainer more than Ash. Ash still does not switch me in. Eventually, Ash comes home. Has 8 badges now, I hear. He and Gary are arguing over me? Why, Gary is insulting me. He helped train me. Check out mine, he says as he lifts a Pokeball and presses the button. A Krabby comes out. The same Krabby I saw back when I was first sent in. I am shocked. This one is trained personally with Gary, and it looks muscular, smart, powerful, ready to fight. Why did Ash have to capture me? Months pass. Depressed, I fall behind in training. Professor Oak gives me what he called TM15 to cheer me up. I have some fun hyper-beaming things, but still, I need real battle. Hold on. Oak is talking to Ash on the phone. Water battle? As I understand, Ash's only water type besides me is Squirtle. He could use another. I stick my head in the monitor. Hey, Krabby'd be perfect for a water battle, Ash says. I am stunned. After a year, Ash is finally battling with me. Does he even know I've been training all along? I am lost in my thoughts, and before I know it, I'm standing out on a platform in the middle of a pool.
Don't use Krabby, Ash. It's never been in a battle before.
I hear Misty cry out. I smile. So much she knows. Suddenly I look around. A stadium. Water field? Oh my god. I am in the Pokémon League. Oh crap. Am I ready to fight in a league battle? I don't even see my opponent, just psi waves blowing at me. I jump into the water and psychic power starts ripping me around in circles. Am I fighting a Kadabra?
Krabby, return,
I hear Ash call. No, I think. I can fight. I dodge the red beam and the announcer goes wild. Suddenly I remember what Oak taught me, and I fall back and pop up besides... Executor.
Vice grip, now stomp,
I hear Ash call. Suddenly I am standing on a fainted Executor. I just obeyed Ash's commands. I feel great. Ash's opponent is really mad. Great feeling. The crowd, wild. Great feeling. I'm evolving. Great, huh? I strengthen, my legs grow and I gain more muscle. I grow bigger. One claw grows iron-like and massive. I feel smarter. I am Kingler. Cookie, cookie, I cry out. The next part of the fight is a blur. I know I destroyed a Seadra. Next, a Golbat comes out. Surprisingly tough this one is, but I remember my secret weapon from Oak and fire a high-powered, intensified Hyper Beam. Yikes! That is a Kingler's Hyper Beam? I feel like I just fired a nuclear missile. Golbat is very fainted. Ash bounds happily to me and hugs me, congratulating me. He's a nice trainer. Without his command, I may have lost to Executor, but I think my real trainers, myself, Gary, and Professor Oak. But Gary is behind now. I could kick around his flimsy Krabby. The crowd is cheering. For me, Kingler. I've gone from the beach all the way to here. I smile, as much as a Kingler can, contentedly. Life is complete. So, looking at this one up, there's a bit of a satirical element of it, namely the popular in the fandom idea at the time that Ash actually sucks. That was an idea that came into a lot of fan fictions, mine included, as you can see. Thematically, this is very similar to my Rattata fanfiction, which I read last time. Take a look at that if you haven't yet, in that it's from the point of view of a Pokemon discontent with its lot in life. But the character arc, if you call it, is different. In Rattata was a Pokemon who didn't want to be captured, didn't want a trainer, didn't want to fight. This is the exact opposite perspective, a Pokemon who embraces those things but feels ill-served by its trainer. Overall, this one is a little less dark and angsty than Rattata. What darkness is included in it is only really in the context of the anime, kind of making fun of Ash for not being fully cognizant of and respectful of his entire team, and really just focusing on the same few over and over. At least as far as I watched in the first season, because I didn't watch for long after that. But yeah, that is the next Pokemon fanfiction. Next time we'll get to the big one, Pokemon Gang. That one not even remotely close to completed. I had a whole epic novel planned out, like a whole epic trilogy of novels planned out that I, did not come anywhere close to getting 1% of the way through my outline I had in my little 13-year-old brain. But I wrote certainly more than this. So I'll get to that one next time, and that is the Krabby's Peril by Blue Moon 007.